Rue Bennett's story is not just a tale of addiction. It is a study of how the human mind can betray itself, how love can be twisted by fear, and how someone can become both the victim and the villain in their own life. Her struggle is not simply with substances, but with her own psychology, with a brain that learned to use chaos as comfort and numbness as safety. To understand Rue is to understand a double betrayal, how addiction steals her choices and how it slowly steals her ability to love, not because she does not care, but because she cares so deeply that feeling becomes dangerous. This is the emotional landscape she walks through, a place where love feels too heavy, trust feels too fragile, and peace feels like something she does not deserve. Rue begins her journey believing that drugs are an escape from pain. The truth is much darker. Addiction doesn't erase her suffering. It traps her in it. Her mind convinces her that substances are the only things soft enough to cushion the weight of her emotions. Every time she turns to drugs, she is telling herself a lie, and like all lies that are told too many times, it begins to feel like the truth. This is the first betrayal. For Rue, love requires vulnerability, and vulnerability is dangerous. Her emotions run so deeply that opening the door to them can feel like falling into a storm she cannot control. So instead of dealing with that storm, she reaches for something that shuts all feeling down. Drugs become the override button, the thing that lets her pretend she is safe. But in pressing that button, she numbs the very emotions that make connection possible. She pushes away the people who care about her because in her mind, closeness equals danger, and danger must be avoided at all costs. This is why Rue's relationships collapse even when she doesn't want them to. Her addiction tells her that love is too risky, too heavy, too likely to hurt her. The people around her think she is choosing drugs over them, but what she is really choosing is control. Drugs are predictable. Feelings are not. And because her brain has been conditioned by trauma and fear, she gravitates toward the thing she can rely on to dull the pain, even if that thing is slowly killing her. This is how addiction dismantles her ability to connect. It convinces her that protecting herself means distancing herself, hurting the very people she loves most. She betrays them because her addiction has already betrayed her. What makes Rue such a compelling and heartbreaking character is that she is fully aware of the damage she causes, yet feels powerless to stop it. She carries guilt like a second skin. She knows she disappoints her mother. She knows she terrifies her sister. She knows she hurts Jules, not because she wants to, but because she doesn't know how to exist in a relationship without drowning. She can love, but she cannot trust. She wants peace, but she cannot imagine life without chaos. She dreams of a future, but her brain never lets her believe she deserves one. This internal conflict is what drives her emotional volatility. She swings between moments of tenderness and moments of destruction because her mind is constantly fighting itself. And like any internal war, the casualties are the people around her. Yet Rue is not evil. She is not selfish in the way people assume. She is a young girl trying to carry more pain than she has the emotional strength to hold. Addiction amplifies every fear she has ever had and turns them into a script she performs over and over again. She fears abandonment, so she pushes people away before they can leave. She fears judgment, so she hides the darkest parts of herself. She fears emotional intimacy, so she replaces it with artificial numbness. Her addiction is not a desire to escape reality. It is a belief that she is unworthy of love in reality. And because she believes she is broken, she acts broken. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Every fight, every relapse, every lie, every moment of self-destruction reinforces a message her brain has whispered for years, that she is too damaged to be loved. But the tragedy is that she wants to be loved so badly. She craves acceptance, affection, and understanding. She falls into deep emotional attachments because love is the one feeling she cannot control. But the stronger the attachment, the more terrified she becomes. Jules becomes the center of her universe not just because she loves her, but because Jules represents everything she believes she cannot have: stability, gentleness, and emotional clarity. Rue clings to her, but also sabotages the relationship because addiction refuses to let her feel safe. She believes Jules deserves better. She believes she will eventually hurt her. And in her attempt to protect Jules, she ends up destroying the relationship instead. This is the double betrayal. Rue's addiction betrays her, and because of that, she betrays the people she loves. What makes Rue's story powerful is that it shows a universal truth about addiction. It is not simply a battle against substances, it is a battle against oneself. Addiction twists the mind into believing that pain is easier than healing. It convinces people that they are unworthy, unlovable, and irredeemable. It makes the path to love feel like walking through fire. Rue is a symbol of this psychological struggle. She is the embodiment of what happens when someone wants love but is terrified of feeling it. Her journey forces us to ask uncomfortable questions. How do you love someone who cannot love themselves? How do you reach someone who has built walls so high they cannot see the world outside them? And how do you heal when your own brain feels like the enemy? Rue's story is ultimately a story of hope, even if it does not always look like it. Her pain does not erase her potential. Her mistakes do not erase her worth. Her addiction does not erase her humanity. She is a person in conflict with herself, trying to navigate emotions that overwhelm her. And while she may betray people along the way, she is not defined by her betrayal. She is defined by her desire to get better, even when she fails. She is defined by her attempts to love, even when she pushes people away. She is defined by her survival, even when she feels she has nothing to live for. The double betrayal she experiences is devastating, but it is not permanent. Recovery is possible, connection is possible, and healing is possible. Rue's journey reminds us that people are not their addiction. They are the story underneath it, the history that shaped them, the emotions they fear, and the love they still want desperately even when they pretend they don't. Rue's addiction may hijack her capacity for love, but it does not erase her capacity for redemption. And that is what makes her story so human, so painful, and so unforgettable.